G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for my Day 2 recap of the Nemesis 1 week race. Now, Day 2 has been pretty interesting, a little bit all over the place. I'm doing okay and I'm still alive, but whereas yesterday RNGesus was raining down his blessings upon us in the form of many good loots, today it's been a bit of a mixed blessing. I've had some pretty cool drops and stuff, he's still been sort of looking out for me a bit, but the party overall has not done so well. And I'm not just talking about drops either. So here's how today went. I woke up a few hours after some of my other party members, and that's because the previous night I actually stayed up a few more hours doing some ledge farming merciless. And, you know, that was pretty cool. I just sort of had to do what I had to do, and I was waiting for my videos to upload and stuff like that. So I got on this morning, hopped on the TeamSpeak, and found out that one of our team members had actually ripped during the morning to where I think it was to a storm. No, it was to a corrupting blood mob. He said that he kind of just phased out, and there was like reflection corrupting blood. And I think this was ASDF actually. So woke up to find out that one of my party members is ripped. So this is Duked plus ASDF. That's 2 rips so far. And remember that we had 1 leave, so we were a 5-man party. Now later on in the day, the 2 guys that were ahead of me, I think they were pushing through Act 2 while I was doing Ledge and trying to progress through Act 1. And one of them, our tankiest party member, I believe it was Peter, who was playing the Max Block build, and that's Hellman's build from Nemesis, was absolutely smashing. He was taking no damage the whole time. And then he died. I think it was to a Stormcaller mob or something like that. So another rip. So that's 3 party members ripped, 1 party member left. That leaves us with... my math isn't very good, but not many party members. So we kind of fell apart there. So that was pretty interesting. So I did a lot of progression solo, and hopefully you guys have probably already seen the kind of highlights that I put up for Day 2 of various boss fights. Tychus is going insane in the background over there. Obviously he's heard something off in the distance. But I did like the Brutus fight by myself. I did the Mavale fight by myself. And I did the Weaver fight, which was pretty tense as well, with a random person that I just joined a group with, and he was beastly. So I can't remember your name, buddy, but props to you, because you and me together smashed the Weaver. It was quite a good fight. But basically, I mostly progressed solo. I got to Act 2 Fellshrine, where I currently am, and did a bit of farming with a few, just a random pickup group that I joined. And it turned out that a few of them were actually subscribers, so that was pretty cool. I got to farm with a few subscribers, sort of just accidentally there. That was a pretty nice experience there. But hopefully I'll put some background footage up of farming with these guys and things like that so far in this video. But let's actually jump on over to my character here, and I'll make the customary sound that everyone uses when they switch scenes now on YouTube. There we go. Perfect stuff. Everyone uses that now on YouTube, so I better get with the times. So as you can see, here is my Reign of Arrows Ranger at the moment. It is kind of the end of Day 2, but that said, I'm actually not stopping for the night. I'm going to be playing quite a bit more. And hopefully also we'll be joining up with Willy Wonka and his crew. And Duked and ASDF should be catching up some point soon, so I'll probably be able to do some more farming with them, because both of those guys have rolled up. Re-rolled, I think they're both having a sleep now, but they should be on pretty soon. And maybe sometime tomorrow we'll be able to catch up and play a bit more together. So that's pretty cool, looking forward to that. But as you can see, at the end of the official Day 2, I'm now up to level 59 on my Reign of Arrows Ranger, and in terms of progression, I've been doing some Fellshrine farming, and I've done the Weaver quest, and that's about it. I've got to progress through Act 2. I really want to try and get into Act 3 Merciless by the end of tonight, before I kind of start my Day 3. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But let's take a look at the build and see sort of how I've got things set up now. I suppose we'll take a look at some gear. Now, one of my party members who had gotten to Act 2, I don't know if it was one that ended up dying, I can't remember who gave it to me, but gave me this upgrade bow. I actually found an upgrade bow myself over the Death's Harp, so that was pretty nice, kind of a stepping stone there. But once I reached level, I think this one's level 56, yeah, level 56 there, I was able to equip this pretty nice thicket bow that has a bit over 200 DPS, I think, so it's pretty nice. It's got a low percent fizz damage roll, 55% is not great, but with the 24 to 41, it's pretty nice. And projectile speed also works really well with Reign of Arrows there, and you can see that it's working quite well now. I've done quite a few upgrades in Fellshrine. This is kind of really the time to consolidate down my gear. Still having some serious resistance issues, and this is going to be the main thing I need to fix before I can progress and move into Act 3 for sure. I'm not going to be able to get through Chamber of Sins with 30% lightning resist. That is insane to do that, so I'm not going to be doing that. But basically, today was kind of the day of self-crafting gear, and it's gone pretty well, and it's been a kind of an interesting experience for me, because generally I don't craft my own gear too much. I'll craft some basic like blues and stuff while I'm leveling, but usually it's much more efficient for me to save that currency and spend it on purchasing gear off someone else. But in the 1 week race, gear just doesn't exist, you know. I'm still somewhat in the top 200. I was in the top 200 when I stopped today, and that means that, you know, there's only 200 people above me. A lot of them probably aren't really selling the gear that I need. So basically, you're kind of forced to craft your own gear, and this has actually been pretty fun and pretty fun to do. So basically, like this helmet, for example, here, I managed to get a blue that rolled 49, 25 lightning resist there, 49 life. Not that great rolls, but it was kind of what I needed. And I was like, I had a Regal, and I thought I'll just throw a Regal on it, and I got 73% increased evasion armor there. It also had the links I needed to run my auras, and you kind of just do what you have to do to get your links set up, and that's obviously been a constant challenge with. Especially with attacking sort of builds, I notice, or a lot of builds I notice have issues with this, but I've also played some builds that didn't have a big deal with it. But this one I've certainly been having to do a fair bit of link shuffling. So crafting that one there, I also alked these boots there. Again, not amazing, but a bit of move speed with life on them, not too bad, and it's also a 4 link that I desperately needed, so that's really nice. I happened to have a cast when damage taken drop for me as well. Yeah, that's pretty good, because they cost quite a few chaos, and I wouldn't have been able to get one of these as a quest reward until late Act 3, so that was pretty sweet. So I've linked up to that Enduring Cry, Enfeeble, and Molten Shell there, and that's just like a solid, basic sort of generic defensive setup for cast on damage taken. And when that goes off, my armor shoots up to like 65, a bit higher than that sometimes usually, and then I can pop my Jade Flask to go up to, pretty much like 80 or 90% there. So that's been pretty good. I think I alked these as well. So this was just a straight alk and go, and this one I was pretty happy with. This is a nice pair of gloves. No, actually, I remember now. I picked up these from the vendor because I really needed these links. As you can see, I needed some spots so I could link blood magic to some of my skills so I could actually use them, which I'll explain why in a second. But I just chanced it, thinking it'll probably turn into a blue and I'll just craft like life and resist on it. But I happened to roll this from a chance orb in one go, so thank you, RNGesus, kind of making up for killing up the rest of my party members. I appreciate that. And, as you can see, I'm still wearing like some blue jewelry and just kind of making do with whatever I can. I've had some really nice DPS rings in the past, and I've decided it's really time to start upgrading out of those. It kind of feels hard to drop DPS gear sometimes, but resistances are far more important than DPS. So, even just dropping something like this, what takes me down like 100 DPS, that's if I can get like 20% extra resist by doing that, dropping 100 DPS, totally worth it. So I'll be looking to upgrade this wherever I can. Even at this point, dropping some life, so dropping 60 day takes me down like, I don't know, almost 200 HP, but definitely worth it if I can pick up more resist. So I'll be doing that wherever I can moving forwards, and I think I need some, I definitely need some upgrades in the old amulet and belt there. But in terms of, I think I have already kind of shown my setup here. I've got Rain of Arrows linked to Blood Magic, I've got Frenzy linked to Blood Magic, and I've got Projectile Weakness linked to Blood Magic as well. I think, is this Enduring Cry? That one should not be there. Cool. I need to get another sort of, my links sorted out there, so as you can see, I can't cast my Decoy Totem now, which I really want him. That's going to make it much easier to progress. But I'm kind of just have to deal with what I can deal with at the moment, and I don't have enough Blood Magic sort of things to support everything. If I can get a full link here with another red on it, I can stick my totem on there and cast that as well. So just making do with whatever I can at the moment. But the reason I need Blood Magic linked to everything is because I am running my 2 auras now. Once your reduced mana gets to, I think it's level 9, let me just double check here. I'm about level 12 on it now. Yeah, I think it's about level 9. Once it gets to level 9, your auras become 50% reserved each. And as soon as that happened, I was running Grace and Hatred and linking everything else to Blood Magic. So that's kind of the way I've gone with this build, and it's been working out pretty good. Grace obviously is a huge armor buff, as I can show off here. 57 down to 37 just for that one aura there. And Hatred is also a huge damage buff on this as well. So 1200 down to 1000 there. So about 200 DPS just from that alone. And, that'll get even better when I have a better Fizzbow in the future as well. So that's been pretty good, and the character's sort of starting to take nice shape now and doing pretty well in terms of progression. But we'll jump over to the passive tree. I've basically just sort of done all the same sort of jazz in here. I've come down, got the life leeched there, got an iron grip for the damage boost, and unwavering stance, which I was so glad I had this in the Weaver fight, because there was so many instances in there I could tell where I was surrounded. I'd be like, I would be stun locked right now if I didn't have this, and that definitely kept me alive. Filled out the rest of the life wheel, and now I'm making the long trek through until I can actually get something again. I hate this when you're like pretty high level and you're having to travel without getting anything, but you kind of you have to do it. So I got a few more levels until I start to get the life, and then I'll head into the Templar. I've decided to go for Templar first so I could get the increased AoE here, which I think is going to be pretty helpful. 12% is a pretty big deal, and also some nice life and stuff like that in here as well. And other than that, my plan is probably to, I think after that, I think I'll just be mostly focusing on picking up whatever life I can. That's probably going to carry me through most of the 1 week race, though, is filling out that stuff there. So I'll keep you guys updated in future videos of how I'm going, but that's kind of the shape. I'll link this in the description below as well. Now, in terms of trading today, because I said I'll keep you guys updated on the economy side of things, I'll actually jump back into town here. I have done a fair bit of trading today. I have been running the shop thread, which I think I can show this. Give me a second. Okay, now as you can see, I have been running a shop thread for a bit now, and I was using procurement, but I decided since people aren't really using PoE.xyz, I don't think it's actually indexing the 1 week race. I haven't actually checked, but I haven't really gotten many sales through it or anything like I normally do. So I've just sort of been handcrafting this, and I've been just going super bro deal, like 5 alteration bargain bins, selling things for 5 alterations. Alteration's actually really handy in a race like this, so that's been pretty good. But sort of just, pricing these things very fair. 1 alch leveling upgrades, and selling gems for like 5 alterations or 1 alch each as well. And I've actually been getting a few sales through doing that, and that's kind of been fueling my own crafting efforts as well. In terms of currency now, as you can see, I don't really have a big stash of chaos or anything like that, because everything I've been getting, I've been funneling back into the character for now, because I want to try and get to endgame. So that's been the main thing. Still, day 2 though, I have to say the biggest sellers are still gems and support gems. I've had some quality gems, and I've had some support gems and some other gems that have been selling well. Even like auras like Hatred and stuff still sell pretty well. And actual gear is a bit harder to sell, but if you find something pretty nice, I've had the most luck so far with jumping into trade chat. So I've actually had much less sales through the old shop thread than I have had just by doing a little bit of effort in trade chat. And the way I've been doing that is I've actually been linking things in trade chat, describing a bit what they are as succinctly as possible, and then putting a buyout price on it, and I've been getting good sales that way. And that's, as I said, just been funneling it, just sort of funneling back into my character, and I think has been definitely well worth it. But looking forward to moving forwards, and it's been really fun so far despite all the tension. And I have to say, one thing that's really surprised me about this, and I'll switch back to cam here, is how physically exhausting this is. Just to that, like this evening, like I had a pretty good sleep last night and everything, so it's not mental exhaustion so much as actual physical exhaustion. And I think because doing things like this Brutus fight, the Merveil fight, the Weaver fight, and like having a lot of near misses where you kind of like things almost kill you and you're like, "Argh!" and you try and get out of there. These sorts of moments, I think, kind of take their toll on your actual body, and because you're tense all the time and you're actually playing and putting a lot of sort of focus and exertion into it, this can actually sort of tire you out. And I have done other things before, like when you're studying a lot for exams and you're really trying to focus and that sort of stuff, you can get pretty physically exhausted as well. And I kind of wasn't expecting that, so that's been a bit of a surprise. But definitely, pretty like just kind of floppy and bugged at the moment, so pretty exhausted. A bit of Australian slang there, but otherwise it's been pretty fun. Amy's cracking up at me, so still pretty tired, but gonna push it a bit further, and looking very much forward to the next few days. By the way, I'll probably be hooking up and playing with Willy Wonka's crew in the future as well, so I'll link his stream down in the description below. Make sure you go drop by, because I'll probably be in there, and we'll have a bit of a chat through that. I'll keep his stream chat open, and we'll get into maps and do some cool stuff there. So stop by and say hi. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.